air was thick with anticipation at bridals by Lori in Atlanta, as yet another episode of Say Yes to the Dress. Atlanta was set to unfold. This time, the spotlight was on Emma, a bubbly 27-year-old bride-to-be with a heart full of dreams and a vision for her perfect wedding day. Accompanying her were her mother, her best friend, and her grandmother, Margaret, an 82-year-old Southern belle known for her unfiltered opinions and old-fashioned values. Emma had been dreaming about this moment since she was a little girl, prancing around in her mother's wedding dress and imagining her own fairy tale. Today, she was about to take the first tangible step towards her big day by choosing the perfect wedding gown. Little did she know, this would not be a simple endeavor, thanks to her grandmother's discerning eye and traditional taste. As the group entered the store, they were greeted by Lori Allen, the store owner, and her trusted consultant, Monty Durham. "Welcome, y'all," Lori said with a warm smile. "We're here to find Emma her dream dress, and we're gonna make it happen." Emma felt a rush of excitement as she scanned the racks of beautiful dresses. She had a few ideas in mind, something elegant, modern, yet with a touch of classic charm. Her mother and best friend were equally enthusiastic, but Grandma Margaret had a different demeanor. She stood with her arms crossed, her eyes narrowed as if she were ready for battle. "All right, Emma," Monty said, clapping his hands together. "Let's get started. Tell me about your dream dress." Emma described her vision, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Monty nodded thoughtfully and led her to a selection of dresses that matched her description. The first dress Emma tried on was a stunning mermaid gown with intricate lace detailing and a sweetheart neckline. She stepped out of the fitting room, beaming, and did a twirl for her entourage. Her mother gasped, "Oh, Emma, you look beautiful." Her best friend clapped her hands in delight. "It's perfect," but Grandma Margaret pursed her lips and shook her head. "Too revealing. A bride should look modest, not like she's going to a cocktail party." Emma's smile faltered. She loved the dress, but her grandmother's disapproval weighed heavily on her. Monty, sensing the tension, suggested they try another dress. The next gown was a ball gown with a full tall skirt and a beaded bodice. Emma felt like a princess as she walked out, the skirt swishing around her. Her mother wiped a tear from her eye. "You look like Cinderella," her best friend nodded vigorously. "This is the one." But once again, Grandma Margaret was not impressed. "Too much like a costume. Where's the elegance?" The sophistication? Mont and Lori exchanged a glance, realizing they had a tough customer on their hands. They tried several more dresses, each time with Emma looking radiant and hopeful, only to be met with her grandmother's critical eye and dismissive comments. The dresses were too modern, too plain, too flashy, too simple. Nothing seemed to please Margaret. As the afternoon wore on, Emma began to feel disheartened. She loved her grandmother dearly and wanted her approval, but it seemed impossible to find a dress that would make everyone happy. Sensing her distress, Lori pulled Emma aside for a heart-to-heart. "Emma, this is your day," Lori said gently. "It's important to consider your family's opinions, but ultimately, you need to choose the dress that makes you feel beautiful and confident." Emma nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. "I know, Lori, but I want my grandmother to be happy too. She's always been such a big part of my life." Lori gave her a reassuring smile. "Let's try one more dress. I have a feeling this one might just be the one." Emma agreed, wiping her eyes and taking a deep breath. The final dress was a classic A-line gown with delicate lace appliques, a sheer illusion neckline, and a subtle train. It was elegant and timeless, with a touch of modernity. As Emma slipped into the dress, she felt a sense of calm and certainty wash over her. She stepped out of the fitting room, her heart pounding, and faced her entourage. Her mother gasped, her best friend covered her mouth in awe, and even Grandma Margaret's eyes softened as she took in the sight of her granddaughter. Emma twirled, feeling like a bride for the first time. "What do you think?" she asked, her voice trembling with emotion. Her mother and best friend were already nodding enthusiastically, but it was Grandma Margaret's opinion that mattered most at this moment. Margaret stood up, walked over to Emma, and took her hands in hers. "Emma," she said softly, her eyes glistening with tears. "You look stunning. This dress is perfect. It's everything a bride should be: elegant, graceful, and beautiful." Emma's heart soared. She had finally found the dress that made her feel like a bride and made her grandmother proud. The rest of the entourage erupted in cheers and applause, and even Monty and Laurie couldn't hide their smiles. As they finalized the purchase and prepared to leave, Emma hugged her grandmother tightly. "Thank you, Grandma. Your opinion means the world to me." Margaret smiled, a rare softness in her stern features. "I'm proud of you, Emma. You've grown into a wonderful young woman, and I can't wait to see you walk down that aisle." The day had been an emotional roller coaster, but in the end, Emma had found her dream dress and gained her grandmother's approval. It was a reminder that while family opinions are important, the most crucial thing is for the bride to feel beautiful and confident on her special day. As Emma and her entourage left Bridals by Laurie, they knew they had made memories that would last a lifetime, and Emma was one step closer to her happily ever after.